Hey, Papa Sarah, India Tango Mike to Let's Be Honest. Waiting for Mike. People from the channel Flying With Me, Romulo speaking, pausing the video just to explain something. This video is only coming out because I insisted a lot on it here. I lost the audio, okay? So it will be without audio, but it will be a video where I take off from Belo Horizonte, that is from Pampulha, to Let's Be Honest, which is in Nova Lima. Alright, this will be today's video. I'm here next to my beloved plaque, the one for 100,000 subscribers. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and subscribe, leave your like, and share it with anyone who likes aviation. Alright, without further ado, let's watch the video. The company hears you. Okay, takeoff heading 13, first turn to the right, circle the park. We're at 0207, I'll go around at 202. I'm ready, result at 006. Call tower 18 when ready. 01 done, startup, India Tango Mike. Well, everything's set for takeoff. Vanderman, who's the mechanic responsible for this machine, is going to close the helicopter door. He monitored the startup, everything's fine. He also checked outside to make sure the doors were closed and gave me the okay. The tower has authorized it. I'm going to start lifting the helicopter slowly, gently, off the ground and begin taxiing forward. I'm going to taxi to the access road, which is in front of HBR without interfering with the runway center line. In other words, I'll take off from right here and head to my destination. I don't need to use the runway. Helicopters have that advantage. Helicopters, especially skid helicopters, have that advantage. While hovering, I check the panel. Everything's in order and all parameters are correct. So I gently pull the collective. I gain altitude and already pitch the nose forward to gain speed and get out of the dead man's curve as quickly as possible, which is a chart we have in the helicopter that shows if you're at altitude with low speed, you're very vulnerable to an engine failure. You can't do anything, so we always prefer to take off with forward speed to get out of that chart quickly, right? When you have speed, you can trade speed for lift. If the engine fails, you can react quickly, make a running landing. Anyway, it's just to get out of that risk, okay? It's very unlikely to happen. It's rare for a helicopter engine, especially the H-130 actually. The H-130 has never had a case of engine shutdown. So just so you can see how safe this machine is, okay? I'll be saying a few things there, but like I said, I didn't record the audio, so you won't be able to understand what I'm saying there. But it was basically that I had just taken off. I set the transponder to alt. Basically, I turned it on, right? And I'm gonna take the south route to get to Let's Be Honest, okay? So we're going to fly over the municipal park. Santa Lucia Dam and then straight to Let's Be Honest. It's a route that usually takes us 12 minutes by flight. By car, it will take you approximately 45 minutes to an hour and 10. Well, as you can see, I'm in the central area of Belo Horizonte. The flight altitude here is always lower, okay? That's because the helicopter corridors in Belo Horizonte are always at a lower altitude, okay? It's the same in São Paulo and Rio. Since we have the advantage of being able to fly a little lower, they make the visual helicopter corridors a bit lower so they don't interfere with planes approaching Confins, Pampulha, and so on. So we have this privilege of being able to fly a bit lower and see the buildings up close. Flying in a helicopter is a very pleasant experience, isn't it? Because we can see the houses, the apartments, the neighborhoods, everything up close. It's a great view, right? I always say flying in a helicopter is like enjoying the best part of flying in a plane the entire time. The best part of flying is takeoff or landing when you can see things up close. The helicopter is always flying a bit lower, so you can observe this beautiful scenery and identify the landmarks, right? Now I'm flying near the Santa Lucia Dam. On my left, that big wall is the Serra do Curral, where the antennas of Belo Horizonte are, and further ahead are the Belvedere and Vila da Serra neighborhoods. Here, we're already approaching, let's be honest. On my right is the 040, the beginning of 040, the Mutuca Viaduct. On my left, there's a mining company, a famous mining company here in Minas Gerais, and I'm basically following the highway here up to the entrance of Let's Be Honest. So I'm already starting to make a turn here to land through the whiskey sector, that is the west sector of Let's Be Honest. I'm already starting to reduce my speed, preparing for my landing. So I'm making the coordination on frequency 12255 so that the people at Let's Be Honest can hear me. And then they give instructions, right? Where we're going to land, which spot we're going to land at. Just remember that this isn't air traffic control, okay? They're just passing on information. The responsibility for landing the Let's Be Honest lies entirely with the captain. You do it through the whiskey or echo sector, which is from the east, right? Those are the two approach ramps we have at the Let's Be Honest. Then I start to slow down a bit, and in the audio, which won't be recorded, I was showing there that you have to reduce with the cyclic and move as little as possible. And this machine, right, it has the autopilot that's active all the time. So you put the cyclic in a position and it holds it. You don't have to keep moving the cyclic all the time, making corrections, right? I passed over 040, which is already the short final for Let's Be Honest. I'm already spotting the helipad there, and I'm heading to the middle of the helipad, already knowing that I'm going to land on spot uno, spot number 1, which is the spot chosen by the Let's Be Honest ground crew to park the India Tango mic. It's easier for them to move the machine inside. On my right, there's an Esquilo, and now I need to pay attention to the ground crew there for his instructions, right? He's signaling me to lower the collective and bring the helicopter down. I lower it slowly, making only brief movements. I touch down with the right skid, then the left skid, and finish lowering it and putting everything in neutral, right? Now I'm also going to turn off the autopilot. The low revolutions per minute horn sounded. I turned off the horn, locked the collective, put the cyclic in neutral, turned off the autopilot as well, and I'll wait 1 minute before shutting down the engine and refueling the machine. I always like to leave the machine fueled up for my next flight. I always like to leave it ready for the next flight, so I don't have to rush, right? Sometimes when I'm about to leave and the passenger arrives a little earlier, the machine is already fueled up. So I'll come along. The ground crew discussing the best positioning for each aircraft. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hadn't planned to record today, but ended up doing it last minute. I found the lost camera inside the helicopter, so I recorded this video for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I landed at, let's be honest, the machine is already here, stored in the hangar. I'll show you. There it is, the machine. The guys have already maneuvered the helicopter here. They moved the blades over there so they can fit the helicopter in here. Since I don't have a flight scheduled, they usually put the helicopter further back. To make room here for the next helicopters that come back, the helicopters that are going to leave first stay up front, so there's a whole logistics process too. Nothing is random. The helicopter's here and I finished my post-flight check. Now I'm going to cover it up, leave it all covered,